Hey Connect Groups, welcome to the first e-training for this semester. As of yesterday, this week, we have well over 1,000 people signed up for your Connect Groups. And that's so exciting, but also a little bit scary too. So today I want to talk about 10 things that I believe, and there's probably a whole lot more, but 10 things that I believe every Connect Group host should know. Okay, so sit back, enjoy, grab a cup of coffee, take some notes if you want, and let's go. And I promise it won't be that long at all. So the first one we're gonna dive right into here. The first one, you're not alone. Always remember that you're not alone. Hebrews 12:5 says this. And have you forgotten the encouraging words God spoke to you as his children? Okay, all great leaders, okay, say that. All great leaders in the Bible, Moses, Noah, Jonah, they all hesitated at one point in time or not. And if you don't believe me, just go back and read those stories and you'll see that. So remember, God doesn't expect you to be perfect. He just wants you to be present. That's it. So the fact that you're just showing up, okay, just getting ready, just praying for that, and being there for them makes a world of difference, and that's all he wants from us, okay? Number two, don't try it alone. Do not try it alone, okay? Now, I just talked about that you're not alone, so we know God's with us. Well, who else is with you? Your coach is with you. I am with you right there. And also, too, a co-host. If you have somebody who you've already identified as a co-host, great. If not, raise one up, okay? And we're praying for you, and we're here for you whenever you need that. When I first started leading a small group, I did not want to be a small group leader. Trust me, I was the last person that I figured would be chosen to lead a group. So I said, okay, I was very reluctant. I'm gonna be very honest here today. And a sure thing, immediately my worst fear happened. There was a person in our group that I had no idea what to do with. Okay, this person would literally cuss during our prayer time. Yikes! Now talk about having to need some help. So I contacted my pastor, and he told me, hey, don't worry, tomorrow we'll talk. Tomorrow, next week, next month became never. Now, I know he was very busy. He was a senior pastor of the church, so obviously he couldn't tend to every need out there or just every call out there. So I told myself, whenever I got to the opportunity where I'm at now to help people out, I want to make sure that you're fully supported. Why? Because those unexpected things happen during one meeting, 10 meetings, or just the whole semester. You just never know what's going to happen or who's going to come into that group that day, okay? So remember, you are not alone. Number three, just be you. Remember, God has called you to this group at this time, okay? To this group of people, okay? In this church. He wants you to be you. He doesn't expect you to be anybody else. Why? Because he created you to be you. So remember that. Just be you. You don't have to fake it, okay? People know when you're trying to fake it, okay? Trust me, I tried. It did not work. So just remember that. Be you, and that's who we're trusting, and that's who God's called, okay? Remember that. Number four, prepare ahead of time. Okay? There's no better way to be confident in what you're doing, to be you, and to be prepared, okay? So make sure that you're reviewing the video, reading the book, doing the homework, looking at the questions. Okay, I remember this one time I was so busy that week, okay? And I just literally did not take the time to prep for my group. Well, we get to the group, we show the video, and I start going through the questions. Now, I started reading some of these questions. I was so confused on that first question. I had no idea what it was talking about. If you're confused, guess what? They're going to be confused too. So remember that. Prepare, take 10, 15 minutes, just prepare. It's not only best for you, but it's also best for your group, okay? Because you don't want those moments of confusion or whatever, especially from you, that leader, to go ahead and interrupt whatever God's trying to do in that group, okay? Number 5, pray for your group. So important, okay, that we not only start with prayer, that we end with prayer. Pray with them from Monday through Sunday, each and every day. Pray for their families. Pray that they're doing their homework. Pray that they're coming prepared themselves as well. And also, too, I could add to it, on Sundays, if you don't see one of your group members, text them the next day. Hey, listen, I missed you yesterday. I'm praying for you. I hope everything's okay. That 10-second text can mean a whole lot to some people. So do that and make sure that we're caring for them in that way. And prayer will lead us to do that because they're already on our hearts. So a simple text like that is just going to be something natural. Okay, so pray for your group. Number 6, be patient when asking questions. Okay, silence is golden. Silence is golden. It took me a long time to learn that. So I want to make sure that you know that right at the beginning of the semester. When you ask a question, okay, think about this. When you ask a question, you've seen that question about 2 or 3 times because you did a great job to prep for that group. Now, this is their first time hearing that question. So they're processing it, okay? So just let them think about it. Let the Holy Spirit work within them and then just wait for that answer, that whatever it is that's on their mind. Now, you may have to restate the questions because, like I mentioned earlier, some of these questions on some of these studies or whatever, they're a little bit confusing. They use words that I can't even spell sometimes. So you might have to restate that, okay? And once again, that's where that preparation comes in handy. It is so handy. So once again, silence is golden. Silence is great, okay? Number 7, encourage discussion. Don't talk too much. Ask for volunteers to read scripture or a question or whatever. If y'all have a mantle that you're doing or something, have them read it out of their Bible or just out of that booklet. It's okay. Remember, this is a group effort. It's a team thing. So let others do that as well. If you're talking the most in that group, then you're talking too much. Let the others get in that discussion because I'm pretty sure at least one person in that group has something to say or something to add. Okay? Number 8, break into smaller groups as needed. Now, we used to have a group, and some years we had 4 people in our group. Sometimes we had 24 or 26 people in our group. So what we would do whenever we have more than 8 people in the group, at the end of the night, whenever we're ready to pray, we said, okay, men, go out to the garage or something, or in the backyard. Women stay at the table or wherever we were at meeting. Now, this allows for people, men and women, to really, really come out and pray or ask for prayer, okay? Because sometimes they need prayer for that spouse that's walking out the door. So that's a great intimate moment. And you'll be surprised how men, once they know that women aren't there to hear, how much they will come out of their shell and just pray and ask for prayer. It's so amazing. We used to have a group that, with that group of 26 or 24 people, and this one gentleman, I remember, he was so quiet. Every week he'd say, nope, nothing to pray for here. Nope, nothing to pray for here. All good, all good. Well, as the months went on and as we continued, because I would ask him, what can I pray for you this week? Or how can I pray for you this week? Eventually he started saying, you know what? I'm struggling with this at work. I don't know what to do about this. And he at one point had so many requests that we didn't have a chance to get around. But it works. It works because once again, there's the women or the men aren't in the group. It's a lot easier to share because those barriers are down. Okay, so do that. Number 9, let others lead. Okay, the prayer request. Okay, I assure you there's somebody in there that can write down the prayer request, share it with the group if that's something that you do. The food, one of the most important parts of group is the food. So find yourself a food coordinator and do it now. Do it from the beginning of the semester. One of my biggest frustrations and really just a point of just anxiety was the fact that I thought I had to get not only just all the curriculum ready, the video ready, the questions ready, the food ready, the prayer requests, all these different things, plan our fun nights out and everything like that. It's a lot to take on. Remember, once again, we just talked about this. You're not alone. This is a group effort. So find somebody. Hey, listen, would you be able to take down the prayer requests? Would you be able to plan the meals every week? Now, they don't have to bring the snacks or the meals, but just plan it. Make sure it's planned. And also, too, get yourself, if you haven't already, get yourself like a substitute host, somebody who could fill in for you. If you're sick or something happens with family, or maybe you're late at work or just something happens where you need somebody to fill in, that person can do it. And guess what? By doing that, by raising somebody else to be a substitute host, that could be potentially the next host. Okay, most of our hosts come out of other groups, and you're such a vital part of that. So please do that. And number 10, enjoy the journey. Have fun. Remember, groups that have fun together, groups that play together, groups that eat together, stay together. So have fun. Don't forget to plan a fun night out as well. Do it at least once a month. Get out, even if it's not, if you don't have much money, that's okay. Plan a game night, okay? The coaches and I, we do a game night about once a month. And boy, oh boy, I never knew how competitive these coaches were, okay? But secondly, it's such a great time where I don't bore them with group stuff or church stuff or anything else. We just go, we eat together, we play together, and of course, I beat them every single time, so that's never the issue. But we have so much fun, and that right there, we've had numerous meetings, but those moments right there are the moments where we grow closer. Why? Because we're better together. We're meant to do life together. So I'm praying for you. I love you guys. Thank you for all that you do. Have a great semester, and we'll see you on Sunday.